Yep. Well, good morning. The Eagles have some choices to make. It's getting close to the draft combines and all that good kind of stuff. And free agency is up on us in that's another week or two. So we got to figure out what we're going to do, which way they're going to go, and some of the things that Howie and the brass has to decide. So I'm going to talk on a few things that I'm interested in myself, and that's basically on the defensive side of the ball. I believe the offensive side of the ball is pretty much intact, except for the running back position, and we will discuss that. But before I go on, I'd like to thank all those who have subscribed to my channel. I truly appreciate y'all subscriptions. It does not go unnoticed, not for 1 minute. I truly appreciate y'all. And if you haven't already, tell a friend and tell a friend about Bet on Yourself Media Sports to help a brother out. I'm trying to get to my 500 subscribers by the end of February. With y'all guys' help out there, I know this can be done. So I truly appreciate y'all for your subscription. Thanks in advance. But let me get on with the content. First and foremost, Philadelphia Eagles are in a position of need in the safety position. And one guy that has been brought up in the past is Deshaun Elliott, played for the Miami Dolphins underneath of Vic Fangio. Uh, he's a good value piece for us. I think the Eagles should take some more interest in taking a look at this guy because of the fact that he does fit and with Fangio's system. Fangio's familiar with him. He's familiar with Fangio. And I believe this type of guy would bring somebody that would help out this team in the back end. And along with the other kid, uh, Sneed, we talked about him, but I think his price tag is going to be a little bit steep for the Eagles going after this guy. So another guy that I thought about and has heard rumors about was Cameron Curl from the Washington Commanders. Cameron Curl is a good tackler. He's a physical guy. He's only 24 years old. So this is another guy I think you can get in the camp to have some more competition back there on the back end because of the fact that we only going to have Blankenship back there. So we know Sidney Brown, he's still recovering from Achilles injury. So we won't have him till later on in the season, around October, around that time of the season. So I think going out, getting these type of players to come in would benefit us in the long run and financially for, the sake of the signing of Smith on the offensive side of the ball and the Landon Dickerson. So these two guys have to be taken care of. And I think, the money situation with the Philadelphia Eagles will be resolved here soon. We'll know more about that coming up here with the cap casualties that we possibly will have on our side of the ball. I'm thinking it's going to be Bayard with the 14 million. That's one of the biggest guys that I think is going to be uh, have to be dealt with. Are they going to cut him, bring him back? I don't know what they're going to do. He possibly, to me, might be a good fit in the Fangio system. So there's some things we gonna have to look at, in regards to that matter. Um, I'm just in the belief that as going forward, what we may have to do going down the line is definitely our linebacker room. I see a lot of people now starting to do their mock drafts, and a lot of people are high on this Jeremiah Trotter kid from Clemson. Um, he is a good ball player. I think he's a little bit small, but with him and Dean back there, and then bringing in a comparable linebacker to fit the billing, I think that would be something that we could possibly do. Go out and sign a linebacker to bring in like a Queen or something like that. I think that may help us out going down the line. So, it's a lot of options that we do have out there still on the table going forward. So it's just a matter of which way Howie's going to go. And I believe the upcoming weeks in dealing with the decisions that they're going to make, far as signing or and releasing players post June and so forth. So it's got a lot. Howie has a lot on his plate. I believe that a lot of things going to be resolved. But my main thing that I want to really talk about right now is uh, this signing of Devontae Smith right now. Devontae Smith is the top priority in my eyes. I believe he should be um, dealt with because of the fact that once you let these other wide receivers out on the market, such as the Jeffersons from Minnesota, excuse me, and the other guys around the league that's seeking contracts in the wide receiver position, it's going to make it a little bit tougher on the Philadelphia Eagles in doing their job as far as signing him to a long term contract. What's going to just boost the price? That's what it's going to do. It's going to boost the price in signing a uh, a Smith to a contract, which is going to be comfortable for the Philadelphia Eagles and our organization. So I think they need to jump on that as soon as possible and let bygones be bygones and keep moving forward from there. I haven't heard any more rumblings about the uh, Hassan Reddick. It to me is just up in the air as far as like we said, him still being out there testing the market, finding out what's going on, what the price other teams may offer him, if anything, or via we have to make a trade move or restructure his contract and bringing him back into the fold. So I'm still got my ears open and my feet down to the ground, pounding, trying to figure out what's going to go on with that. Waiting for some information to break on that Hassan Reddick deal. The other thing I want to talk about is too why is Jalen Hurts still being talked about in the media in the manner that he is? I just don't get it. I mean, the guy is doing nothing but been achieving since he's been in the league. His expectations from what we thought he would could be and to where he is now has definitely been more than what a lot of people has expected of him. Um, we know what happened the last 7 games of the season. The whole team was in a funk, and I can't point my finger at no specific player or person in regards to that matter. They all didn't come up to play, or they didn't sit the bill. You know what I mean, so I'm just tired of hearing people talking about him. You got the Michael Parsons and the Sims guy. Um, I'll let you hear what he had to say, Mr. Sims, talking about um, Jalen Hurts in regards to him not being uh, his type of ball play. I think he just hates Jalen Hurts. I really do. From the past interviews that I looked at with him in regards to speaking on Jalen Hurts, he made a statement in regards to Jalen Hurts. Sim says that I think Jalen Hurts is also the most overrated player in football. And he said that in the manner of speaking of because we have the best offensive line in football, bar none. He said, and we have the best wide receiver duo in football. So he's saying that because he has that, he's overrated, and anybody that he can stick in behind our offensive line in the quarterback position could do the job that Jalen's doing or better. And the person that he mentioned was a Kyler Murray. And he said if you put Kyler Murray there, you'll be saying, "Damn, Kyler Murray's amazing. Is he the MVP of football?" So this Chris Sims guy, man. He 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 just has an info for Jalen. But I'm gonna say this here: Kyler Murray was the number one draft pick, first and foremost, right? He was brought into the Arizona organization to change their franchise around. Jalen was drafted to do that. At the time Jalen was drafted to Philadelphia, we had Carson Wentz under the big. We had just gave Carson Wentz that big deal. Uh, so Jalen wasn't here to uh, carry the organization. Uh, he was here to be competition and to get himself ready for the future if necessary. And it did happen. Uh, y'all all know the story about Carson Wentz. Jalen steps in, he does his job, and he gets elevated to the starting position. He carries that forward and gets better, gets us to a playoff, okay, and to a Super Bowl. So, you know, I don't see where Chris Sims is really what point he's trying to make as far as Jalen Hurts not being or being overrated. I don't see it personally. So I'm not going to really keep nagging on about it because to me, it's senseless to speak on something that everybody vividly can see the progress that Jalen has made, except for this season through the 15 interceptions. This was a bad season for him. But hey, he's only in his third season, and I know the ceiling for Jalen is high. So I'm not worried about Jalen moving forward. It's just the fact that we had bad coaching this past season, coaches that didn't know how to make adjustments on the fly, coaches that didn't know how to put the players in position to win. We had offensive side, they didn't utilize our running backs as they should have utilized our running backs. Um, speaking on Swift behalf, because Swift should have been a 1,500-yard back this season. You tell me. I mean, I believe he should have been a 1,500-yard back. But hey, that's nothing to say. Now that we talk about bringing in Derrick Henry. Now, don't get me wrong. Derrick Henry talk hype our running backs. Um, speaking on Swift behalf, because Swift should have been a 1,500-yard back this season. You tell me. I mean, I believe he should have been a 1,500-yard back. But hey, that's nothing to say. Now that we talk about bringing in Derrick Henry. Now, don't get me wrong. Derrick Henry is up big around here. Is big in the media, big in the press. So they say he hit between Philadelphia and the Baltimore Ravens are the top two organizations that have eyes or possibly the landing spot for Derrick Henry. I like Derrick Henry a lot. Obviously, bringing him in if we can get him in on the cheap, as far as like a $7 million deal, and pair him up with another running back, which we only running back we have on a roster is Gainwell. So we still got to go out either draft another back, pick up another back to fill that running back room. So I don't know which way they trying to go with that. I personally would like to have Swift come back because I think Kellen Moore could use Swift in a more of a better situation than he did uh, had last season. Speaking on Swift with the offensive coordinators that we had last year, because they didn't use him properly at all, and it was vividly seen and shown. Now, speaking on um, Derrick Henry, Derrick Henry, to me, I wouldn't mind having him join the team, but like I said, it has to be on the cheap. What would he be expecting? I don't know what his expecting price is. I'm seeing the Philadelphia Eagles don't pay running backs as it is, so I can't see him getting a big uh, contract for us for like a 1 year deal. Um, how many times would you utilize him during the season if he carried the ball 200 times? But it's not even that. It's situational with the ball players, the running backs, and the slot receivers. It's situational when you use these guys. I mean, Derrick Henry could come in and do the job. No doubt about it. Another guy that's out there that they spoke about, rumblings were going on last week about, was AJ Dillon from the Packers guy. Uh, Another guy they talk about, the kid from the Baltimore Ravens, AJ Dom. So you know all these type of guys are guys that I think could be suitable for the offensive uh, going forward, but is how they be utilized is the main key to me in the whole factor of getting these guys in the camp and getting these guys on the team. If you're not going to utilize them, it's no sense in bringing them in. Just like we did last year with Rashad Penny. I mean, wasted a year of this man's career. I mean, and you can't get that back. It's done deal. So it's just things like that that bother me about Philadelphia getting guys in, bringing guys into camp, who they bring into camp. Um, they signed a bunch of guys on this past couple of weeks, for camp bodies. I believe a lot of these guys will be camp bodies. So I mean, I'm not really getting myself really anxious about what's going on. They talked about a wide receiver, Nolan Brown. I think Nolan Brown is somebody that um, would be good in our slot position. He's a veteran, um, you know, so I think he would work good in the Kellen Moore system. But I want to go back and find out, do more research on Kellen Moore as far as the running percentage, what he did when he was with Dallas, and how was his running percentage down there when he had Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield. So I want to do some research on that before I get to speaking too much on that on that about Kellen Moore. So I have something on that probably coming up a couple of more days. I'll do some research possibly today. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about the Jalen Hurts still being disrespected. What do y'all think about bringing Derrick Henry in? And what do y'all think about the possibility of having Curly and Elliott come in for the defensive safety spots? It's 3 spots open back there in the safety position, so we got to bring in 3 guys because you just have Blankenship as of right now, you know. So that's healthy. So y'all let me know what y'all think about those things, man. I sure like to know what y'all feel about it down in the comment section. Please let me know. If you haven't already, tell a friend about Bet on Yourself Media Sports. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of February. With y'all guys' help out there, I know this definitely can be done. So until the next time, in between time, in the meantime, be good, be safe. God bless. Keep the main thing, and have an attitude of gratitude. Like, subscribe, and comment. Till next time, peace. Born strong. Come join the family. I'd love to have y'all aboard. I'm gone.
High up your rankings that you would take Kyler over? Is there like anybody like a Jalen Hurts or anybody that you would say, I got to think real hard about this?
Well, that would be one of them for sure. Yeah, I don't think you heard me talk yesterday. Yeah. Jalen Hurts I respect a lot about Jalen Hurts, but I think Jalen Hurts is also like the most overrated player in football. All right, that's me. I know I'm wrong. I take a lot of crap about that comment, but it's a he plays quarterback for a team that's an all-star team. Yeah. They have the best O-line in football. It's not even close, right? They got maybe the best duos at receiver in all of football, right? I just think if you put some other quarterbacks in Philly, you put Kyler Murray there, you'd go, damn, Kyler's amazing. Is he the MVP of football? And I think we lose sight of all of that a little bit. Again, it gets into the quarterback team thing, where right now we're all about the quarterback. And, he'd be one of those guys that I certainly would go, hey, when Kyler's on his game, he is every bit in the class of Jalen Hurts, in my opinion.
And,